frontline who are risking their health and well-being to attend to COVID-19 patients. We aim to provide the frontliners of the Pasig City black water, smell good, feel good. This webinar series is brought to you by Hoop Coaches International in cooperation with Blackwater. Smell good, feel good. This coaching webinar series would like to give special thanks to the following. Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Coaches Commission Head, Coach John Yochico. Basketball Coaches of the Philippines President, Coach Louis Gonzalez. Got Skills Head, Coach Alan Ricardo. And frontliner Christopher Top Huyano. Hashtag Alab Pilipinas. Blackwater would like to support our hero.
Okay, we'll just welcome attendees to our second session and last session before we go to the auction. After we should talk about the auction for our dear coaches. So we got a lot of giveaways or a lot of coaching boards that our dear coaches donated. So we're just waiting on Jimmy because we're having a bit of difficulty with him entering. So we'll just wait a little bit.
Coach, pag-usapan natin offline yung media.
Yes.
For coaches and players, how they can take advantage of it, use it for their benefit. You know, I think. But remember, even when you were in Malaysia, I mean, I was trying to work with you guys. Diba?
Yes, that will be very good. And then we have the media spot.
Done that for FIFA, Coach. Coach, ginawa ko na yun for FIFA. FIFA, I need to give a talk about it. Puro coaches yan,
That'll be great. So welcome again, coaches. Again, our auction right after this webinar with the Coach Jimmy. So we have a lot of items that you can bid. Again, to help Blackwater's fundraising for our frontliners. So don't worry, the bid increments will be very little. We'll start from 100, and there's some broadcaster Chuck Araneta's bid on some items, and so that'll be very exciting for us. So we're just waiting on Jimmy to enter the Zoom. Pardon my being not so techy. So we'll also have a session with Doc Teddy, of course. Doc Teddy, you should give your session on psychological
role of a sports psychologist.
The role of a sports psychologist
in the basketball team. Coach, I have my contribution for the.
Okay. Well, sige, promote it. Wait. I'll.
Are we live? Sorry.
Yes, we're live. We're just.
Not you're live yet.
Because I have to. There you go. So that's your Sacred Hoops.
Sacred Hoops. It's the back's a bit beaten up, but it's an excellent copy.
Ayan. I'm sure. So later we'll auction that off. Again, the starting bid will be 100, and then we'll start off on that. You don't need to log off, coaches, after Coach Jimmy's talk. We'll just go ahead with the online auction. We've got plenty of items. So one is from Coach Vance Wahlberg, a complete set. So of his dribble drive DVDs that he left here. So he said, give one set to the coaches, mga dribble drive fans. So we'll have that. You can be able. So
maganda yan.
Yeah, so you'll be able to bid on them, and then for a very low price. So Jimmy is giving me a different. Wait.
Coach, pwede ako mag-donate 2 magazine sa auction mo.
Okay,
Ito yun.
please.
The
Ayun.
ako editor-in-chief nito, the last PBA magazine, issue 1 with June Mark on the cover. Issue 2 with JJ and Mark. Sealed ba? Oh, hirap na hanapin to. Extra copies lang naman.
I saw the
Thank
other
you.
items on bid. One of them is a Tex Winter book. Mukhang maganda yan.
Which one?
Tex Winter book in the Hoops International website. Coach, maybe you can show them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
there.
yeah. I've got pictures because the others are still with the coaches, but they have send the pictures and
Pictures.
then so there's a book from Larry Bird also. So marami. Dami. Then shout out to the coaches, Coach Alex Compton, Coach John Flores, Coach Louis Alas, Coach Nash and Olsen Rosella, Coach John, Coach Frank Jacinto, Coach Franco, Coach Jarik, Coach Jamaica. Coach Chot will also give, and we also got sino pa ba? Baka hindi ko na mention, magalit sa akin. Coach Junchi, Coach Aris, and the coaching staff of Blackwater. So Coach Topex Robinson also just sent mga ano. So okay. Pardon our won't let me on.
If I can just share for the coaches or attendees and those watching on YouTube, it's very important to build your own personal library. Read about the coaches, get technical books. If this is your profession, you want to know everything that you can about it, like what Coach Chot said.
Yes, I will be. So just keep on. We're just having some technical difficulty, but we'll try to iron it out. Okay. He's gonna join on his iPad. That's why it's that's the password. Okay. So Rick, while we were waiting on Jimmy, can you I know Jimmy doesn't need further introduction, but just
What do you want me to do, Coach?
just introduce Jimmy or talk about Jimmy while we are.
Jimmy Alapag. When I was working with the old Gilas team under Raiko Toraman, and then Jimmy started playing along with the team, along with Ranidel de Ocampo. His leadership was very important for the national team. No? This is Gilas 1, and you had players like JV Casio, Mac Baracael, Japis Aguilar. No? That leadership was very crucial because you could see that young Gilas team, we could compete against other teams, except that minamama tayo. So, but Jimmy stabilized that team. He brought in a lot of leadership, and he became the captain. And when you say the captain, you talk about people like Alvin Patrimonio, but Jimmy is something else. Really a leader, and I've seen him really be that number two of Chot Reyes with talk and text. Even when he transferred shockingly to Meralco, he served as that leader for the Bolts that was trying and are still trying to nail their first PBA title. I think that's very, very important. No? You need someone to bring that to the table. In 2013, the FIBA Asia Championships here in Manila, uh, Kim Min-gu, the Korean gunner, was just really giving us a hard time. And Jimmy just really led us right back into it and even gave a shot at Kim Min-gu. You as a leader, you provide not only the scoring but what it takes on the floor for your team. And I thought that was very resounding when we lost to Taipei inside the locker room, and Jimmy was vocal about things and saying that, hey, it's just one loss. Let's get right back into it. That was one of the questions asked earlier by one of the attendees, but we were unable to ask that of Coach Chot. How do you bounce back from a loss? How do you help the team? And that leadership is crucial. And I thought that having watched Jimmy become friends with Jimmy through the years, that is hugely, hugely important. That leadership. Because I'm sure even Coach Ariel and everyone else, all the coaches attending this forum, after a while, you can just throw the coaching out of the window. Everything that you've done in practice, alam niyo na yun. Pag nagkamali, alam niyo na yun. But the leadership, yun yung kailangan on the court during a timeout, during a certain situation. And which is why for people who watch The Last Dance, you will know, if you follow the Bulls, there are times that Phil Jackson doesn't even call timeouts. And I'm sure even Coach Ariel, there are times you don't call a timeout. You let your players sort it out. Diba? You let your leaders take over. Sometimes you're the ones who call it out, what you need to do. So having watched Jimmy and my intro to him, he is one hell of a leader. He can make the team go. And that is vital for any team's success. Aside from the really great coaching staff that you have the materials, leadership is very key. So that's what I wanted to say and introduce about Jimmy.
For attendees, can you help me with what's the meeting number?
Hold on, Coach. Let me punch it out for you.
Punch it out, the meeting number, and then I know the password, but the meeting number, can you? Because Jimmy's having a hard time. Thank you to the. Okay. Got it.
Okay na, Coach?
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
320297.
Again, pardon my being not so techy. All right. Hopefully, we'll have him inside the room in no time. Okay, yeah. Attendees, feel free to ask questions beforehand. We'll be ready soon. Just have to refresh. Jimmy, if you're in, chat me. If you're using another account.
Coach, hanapan kita ng Gilas book, ha? I ran out. Eh. I'll see kung meron pa.
Okay. For attendees, where diba, join a meeting and then put the IDs there? How is it for attendees? Because I have to promote from attendee, I promote Jimmy to as a sorry for the I'll try on my iPad. Anyone from ano? So which one to?
Ayan, Coach, may nag-provide ng...
Yes. Please bear with us. Click the one on top. All right, let me log off. Let me call him. So,
Ouch. Later.
So after practice,
Teddy, we're still live, right?
Yes, Rick. Maybe we can ask participants. Do you guys want to ask me any questions in sports psychology while we're waiting for Jimmy to come in? You guys can field in the questions in the Q&A, just so that we make the most of your time here. I'll try my best to get as much as I can in.
Yeah, they can also ask questions about media if you want.
But yeah, media questions you can ask Rick.
Media and PR. I have a book about this noted coach that should come out soon. I'm not saying who it is. Just wait. Pangan nyo na lang. Okay, announcement na lang kami kung sino yung coach na subject ng libro na sinulat ko. Di pa nga,
Rick, how many books have you written already?
8 or 9. I have one of the Savior Golden Stallions coming out soon. It's been delayed because of the pandemic. So I have a couple here.
Will this? Do you have it like a digital release? ebook?
No,
Book
no.
version?
So far, wala. Puro hard copy lang eh. Medyo old school. This is a football book. History of Philippine football. Baby Dalupan.
Maybe the Lupa, yes.
The NU cheer dance team. They're three-peat. I don't have my Ateneo books here. I have one here. The 18th banner, Norman Black's first championship with Ateneo. And the Gilas book. You might
So
ask Coach Chot kung meron pang kopya nito. You know.
where can they get copies of your
The,
books?
the Baby Dalupan book, you can go to National Bookstore or Fully Booked. I don't know if they still have copies, to be honest. The NU book, I wrote 2 books about NU, the championship with Eric Altamirano. Here it is. This one sold out. And so is this, the cheer dance competition, sold out then. I
Are
don't
they
know.
gonna reprint? Are they gonna reprint the books?
I'm gonna have to ask because I don't deal with that. I just do the writing. This one, 11 days in August, the 2013 FIBA Asia Championship.
Right.
I'll have to ask Coach Chot. I know they went through a reprint. I will have to ask him kasi marami rin naghahanap. This is the hardbound edition, embossed siya. I had the players and all the coaches sign it. No,
Nice.
There's a smaller version of this and more affordable version. That was the one that went to the reprint. I don't know if it's still available. I have to ask Coach Chot because siya in charge nun eh.
Okay.
But I'm working on one about a coach, famous coach.
Well, looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to that too. I think it's a special book.
A special book meaning short print run.
Well, I think he's a special coach, and
No, short. I mean, the printing of the book will be a short print run, or
hindi naman. But to be honest with you, the reason why I'm saying it's special, it's because it's written differently. It's not your standard biography. I'm using.
Said he couldn't get in even with the right ID.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh no.
we have.
Coach, what if you forward yung email na pinadala mo sa akin? Why can't maybe he can log in using that one, the one that you forwarded me, so I could get in, diba? As one of the mods.
Open.
Phil has a question for me. So he says,
Okay, go.
Doc Daddy, when and why do players choke under pressure? Okay.
Gandang tanong yun.
Probably, whenever I'm asked this question during talks, the best example I think to give, probably not the best, but it's you should not take it as a single moment. You should see over a progression of time. And the best example, sadly, is Nick Anderson of the Orlando Magic. Now, why do I say that? Nick Anderson in game 1 of the 95 finals. Is that 95, guys? 95, 94 finals?
96.
That was Orlando.
96.
No. Orlando versus
95.
Houston. Orlando and Houston.
95.
Okay, so in game 1, if you guys, for those of you that know, Nick Anderson had 2 free throws essentially to ice the game. Nick missed both. He got an offensive rebound. He was fouled. Nick went back to the line. At this time, he was maybe a 78 free throw shooter, meaning he makes about 7 or 8 out of 10 free throws. Nick missed both again, and then this eventually led to an overtime game, which they lost, and they were swept. Now, why am I using Nick as an example? Because prior to that moment, he was a very dependable free throw shooter. After that moment, like even during his time with Sacramento, he wouldn't even want to be the designated foul shooter. Every aspect of his game, he was the same Nick Anderson that everybody knew. But when it came time to taking free throws, from a psychological perspective, there was just something there that needed to work on. Jimmy's here. So
He's here.
I'll talk about this when it's my turn
There you
in the
go.
future.
Sorry for that.
There it is.
Sorry for that, Coach Jimmy.
Just some technical difficulties, but we made it.
All right, let's start it. Rick, can you lead us through your introduction? Coach Jim doesn't need further introduction, but just for our international attendees.
When you talk about Gilas, aside from obviously Coach Chot, you have to mention in that same sentence this man, Jimmy Alapag, the captain, the guy who carried this team through thick and thin on that court, who made the big shots, who pulled this team together, not just in the national team, but with Talk and Text and even the Meralco Bolts, and now calling the shots for his ASEAN team, Ace ABL team. The man, the captain, Jimmy Alapag. Hey, Jim.
How you doing, Rick?
Good, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, Coach Jimmy. I'm not that techie.
No worries, no worries.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, and I'm sure the coaches here will be thrilled to hear from you and your topic on leadership.
Absolutely. No, thank you for having me.
Doc Teddy is also with us. He's a sports psychologist. Doc Teddy, can you say hi?
Hi, Coach Jimmy. Good evening.
Hey, Doc. Hi, Doc. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you.
All right. So Coach Shot has had an amazing session just before you, and he mentioned a lot how he was able to, how you were able to make it easier for him because you're a leader, and you talk about and your topic leading to your topic as a leader. So can you expound on that, Jim?
As far as being a leader, Coach?
Yeah.
When I think when you talk about leadership, the one thing that really stands out for me the most is just leading by example first. I think by leading by example, as a player, and even now that I've made this transition into coaching, it just kind of sets the foundation, and it really sets the bar for yourself and really the team going forward. Because I think by being that example, Coach, I think you build respect, and I think probably more importantly, you build accountability with your teammates, or for me now as a coach, amongst my players, and all of us being on the same page going forward, but really establishing that from day one.
Yes, sir. I remembered we drafted you, and even as a rookie, you were a leader. So that's why it was very instrumental when you won your first ever conference as a rookie with Talk and Text.
Well, Coach, even before coming to the PBA and joining Talk and Text back in 2003, man, almost 20 years ago. I'd really been in a leadership position, throughout high school, throughout college. And so I really felt like my experience in 2002 with the national team and getting a chance to be around those guys and Coach Jung and the staff really gave me, I feel like it almost felt like an internship being here in the country and playing with all those great players. Which I felt like helped make my transition the following year a little easier, just because I knew what to expect.
Great. Doc Teddy, can you lead us on some of the questions from our attendees?
Sure, Coach. We have a question from Ian. Coach Jimmy, what are your go-to motivational tactics for your players? Thank you.
Doc, I don't know if I have a go-to motivational tactic, but really I try to base my coaching on really not putting my players in a box, and really just trying to encourage and motivate as much as possible. I always felt my success as a player were with coaches who not only trusted me, but allowed me to go out there and play my game. And at the same time, pushed me. I felt, whichever coaches I played for throughout my career, I was easy in terms of, you could yell at me, you could scream at me, but I knew that there was a job that needed to be done. I think for me as a coach now, Doc, it's really just coming from a perspective of really trying to encourage and motivate. And again, as you build relationships with your players, it's easier to figure out, which buttons to push depending on the player, because everybody's different.
We have a question from Julio. How do you identify or build leaders within your team? How do you encourage them to lead on your behalf? Thank you.
Well, thank you for the question. I think in terms, Doc, of finding leaders within your team, again, it starts with building the relationships with your guys. Obviously, in an ideal situation, you would want your best player to be the leader, but that isn't always necessarily the case. And I think as you build a relationship with the players on a day-to-day basis, you start to kind of see and from seeing it on a day-to-day basis, when practices start, to just having conversations with guys who you feel as a coach can best lead the team. And then from there, you build going forward.
Coach Jimmy, this is, sorry.
Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
This is a question from Carlo. Coach Jimmy, how was your transition from being a player to a coach? Thank you.
Thanks, Carlo. Appreciate the question. Rick, it was funny. I really thrived when I played on, playing in those big games, just the competition and the camaraderie that come with being a player. And I feel like as a player, it's very easy to use the adrenaline of the game, of the competition, of the crowd, to help push you during a game. But that was probably the one thing that stood out to me making a transition, 3 years ago, coaching my first game. I found myself like really getting amped up before the game, and I almost had to just kind of step away and give myself, about 10-15 minutes to just relax and understand that as a coach, you really need to keep your emotions in check, because there's so many things going on during a game. And I feel like as a coach, you have to have a much broader perspective and understanding of what's happening out there, because you're watching so many things, so that when the instances come where you call a timeout, you still have a clear train of thought, and you can express whatever you need to in terms of adjustments, whether it be offensively or defensively, in a span of 30 seconds or a minute. And I feel like if you allow the emotional part of the game to affect you as a coach, it could mess you up pretty bad, and you can end up calling a timeout and not knowing what to say to your players. So that's probably the one thing that really stood out early on, especially my first season, and especially during those first few games where we struggled. Just keeping a very calm and composed demeanor during the game, so that once my players saw that, I felt like they would be able to step on the court and do the same.
Coach Jimmy, there's a question here. Who are the coaches who influenced you the most in your now as a head coach? And what did you take away from them that you've built into your own system?
Rick, I was very fortunate throughout my career to play for a lot of great coaches, Hall of Fame coaches, to be honest. But some guys who stand out would be Coach Jimmy Alapag, who was just recently at NU and spent a lot of time together during my days with Talk and Text. I just think he's a great basketball mind. Had a huge influence on me just in terms of challenging me and getting me to enjoy the game, and now as a coach to not be afraid to think outside the box. I think the game's always evolving, so it's important to keep to keep an open mind to whatever concepts you might learn on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. So Coach Jimmy would be one. Coach Norman Black, who I've spent a lot of time with, especially during my last season, the PBA. I just think Coach Norman's attention to detail, he's very, very tedious in terms of game plan. And I feel very fortunate when I retired, before I took the head coaching job with Alab, to spend a year with him and just to really see, his work ethic in terms of really covering all points, all parts of the game, to keep the team prepared going into a game. So Coach Mike, Coach Norman, obviously Coach Chot, we had a lot of success together. He was big on the relationships within our team, which I felt was a big part of a big reason for our success, both with Talking Tex and the national team. And then of course Coach Tab Baldwin. I think with Coach Tab, I think he taught me just, don't be afraid to challenge your players, because I think about our time together with the national team and seeing what he's done with the Ateneo team. He really challenges his players to be better than what you might even think in your own mind that you could be. And obviously, he had a huge part in our preparation for the 2013 FIBA Asia and also for the World Cup in Spain the following year. And then of course we all know what he's done with Ateneo. So those coaches really stand out the most, because I had so much interaction with them throughout my career.
Right. Journalist Ray Hoble has a question. Coach, you've been
Sure.
with the national team many times before. Do you think it's high time for Gilas Pilipinas to come up with a long-term program and develop a squad built for the long term?
Absolutely. But I think, Rick, there are a lot of parts involved with the national team,
Mhm.
and I think right now it's so difficult just because of the uncertainty with the game itself. Until we can get through this pandemic, it's really not just held up sports or basketball here in our country, but throughout the world. But do I think that a long-term program is important? Absolutely. Considering we're hosting the World Cup in 2023, it's important that as soon as possible, whenever, again, when hopefully this virus gets under control, we can really start to lay down the groundwork, because the best teams in the world are going to be here in 3 years, and it's going to be important for us to identify the players who could potentially be a part of that team and try to grow them, together on and off the court, in preparation for that tournament. So again, there's a lot of parts that need to be involved in that process, but hopefully we can get to that soon.
Right. Former teammate of yours, Gilbert Lau, is sending a message. He says, the best teammate ever, the hardest worker, never looked down at his teammates from the first guy down to the last guy. Salute, Cap. That's Gilbert Lau right there.
Thanks, Gilbert. I appreciate you. Gilbert and I, had some great memories during our time with Talking Text, and Rick and Doc and Coach A. Gilbert was one of those guys in the team, and I think it's what makes him a great coach and will continue to make him a great coach. Is even it didn't matter how much playing time he got during our time together, but he always knew what was going on, and I think that's a great lesson for younger players nowadays, that you can be great in whatever role that you have for a team. I'm not sure how many championships Coach Gilbert has, but I know he had quite a few with us together. But again, he was, I appreciate his comment, but I feel the same way about him. He was by far one of the best teammates that I had, and he was always pushing us at practice, but at the same time encouraging. And I think for him, being able to find that balance, was a very underrated part of our success during our time together.
I have one more question here before I turn it over to Doc Teddy. Ian Balete is asking, have you ever suffered from analysis paralysis during a timeout? Like everything goes blank. And if you have, how did you deal with it, Coach?
Well, Ian, thanks for the question. Rick, I take a lot of pride. I did when I played, and that's carried over now into this transition coaching. I really go into a game trying to be as prepared as possible, knowing the pulse of our team and where we're at as a team, and at the same time doing my homework, being a young coach, trying to know and figure out everything that I can about the opposing team, so that going into a game, I'm confident about what we want to do, the goals that we have as a team that will hopefully lead us to a win. So I've been pretty fortunate. I haven't had any analysis paralysis, but again, those first few games, my first season with Alab, I just had to kind of remind myself that I wasn't playing anymore, and I was in a shirt and tie, and I really needed to keep my thoughts clear and really my composure as calm as possible during the game.
Dr. Eddie?
Coach Jimmy, this is a question from Christian. Christian's asking, how deep do you know your players? How do you bridge professional and personal relationships with them? Thank you.
Well, Christian, thank you for the question. I've been with Alab for 3 years, and Doc, I've really made it a point to do my best to really, again, build relationships with my players, one-on-one, whether it's having lunch, having dinner, having a drink, whatever the case may be, and really getting to know them on a personal basis before we even get to the X's and O's, because I feel like if you can establish that relationship off the court, you really start to and begin to change the dynamic that you have with your players, where it becomes more personal. And when it can get to that point, now making that transition, talking about the X's and O's, I think, especially at the professional level, makes that transition a lot smoother. We have multiple, team lunches, team dinners, and I try to set time, despite everyone's busy schedule, to meet with players, have lunch, again, have dinner, or whatever the case may be, just to get their thoughts, where they are, how they're adjusting. And I really feel like, Doc, this past season was probably the toughest challenge, just because, we had a late start. We had almost an entirely new team this past year for Alab. But again, a lot of the credit goes to my coaching staff and the players, because despite all the changes and despite all the obstacles that we had early on, we were still able to be in second place, and I felt like we were just turning the corner in terms of our consistency and really our camaraderie as a team. So that was really the tough part and really the disappointing part in having our season cut short. But again, it really begins with establishing the relationship that you have with your guys and building that on a day-to-day basis.
Thanks, Coach. This is a question from Ryan. How do you handle hard-headed players? A player on your team.
Doc, again, everybody's different. Each player is different. And I think as coaches, you can always identify players who you might feel are low maintenance. You won't have to worry about their work ethic. That they're going to be there and committed 100% to the team. And then you have other guys who you may need to motivate and you may need to encourage a little more to be on board. But again, that's where that foundation of the relationship comes in, and really building on that, especially for the guys who may be a little hard-headed or may be less anxious, I guess, to commit to what we're trying to do as a team. But I think that's the challenge every season, to get everybody on board, to be on the same page, and to understand what the goal is for the team. It's something that we do every season. We make sure that our team understands what our goals are, what we need to do to get there, and then we don't really talk about it anymore. We just try to use each day to try to build, to try to work, and eventually put ourselves in a position to be there in the end.
Coach Jimmy, Coach Chot was saying earlier that even when you were still playing, you're already getting into coaching. Do you recall that moment when you decided that this is something I want to get into? We're talking about the coaching profession.
Sorry, hold on. Low battery on my phone. 1 second. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Sorry about that, Rick. Can you say that question again?
Okay, Coach Chot Reyes was saying that even when you were playing, you were already like a coach. Do you recall that moment when you said this is a profession that you want to get into? And why did you decide to get into coaching? Because not every former player gets into coaching. Coach Jim.
Oops.
Coach Jim, you there?
You're cutting out on me. Rick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Coach.
Yeah, one more.
One more time.
Yes, one more time. I think
Is Coach Jimmy there? Coach Jim, you there?
The screen seems to have frozen.
Yeah.
we'll wait for him. Oh,
Ray,
keep
Ray,
keep-
Pare, I'll try to ask your question, huh?
there we go.
So are you guys there?
All right.
We're here, Coach.
Will I repeat the question, Coach Jim?
Sorry about that. I lost you guys for a second.
Okay.
There you go. Repeat your question. The question, Rick, please.
Yeah, Coach Chot was saying earlier that even while you were playing, you were already into coaching, being the point guard.
Sorry, Rick. I lost you. I lost you guys for a second. Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Coach? Coach Jim?
Mhm.
Nagahang yata.
Mm. He'll be back.
Yeah, it's a little choppy, Rick. Sorry.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay.
I think for me, Rick, you know, making the transition into coaching was pretty natural. You know, I think first and foremost, I'm a huge fan of the game. You know, my wife gives me a hard time because, you know, I'm watching and talking basketball all the time. So I feel very, very fortunate to still be connected to the game the way I am. You know, being a coach and still being in the trenches. So you know, again, I was very fortunate throughout my career to play for a lot of Hall of Fame coaches, and so you know, I was excited to take on the challenge of becoming a coach. And I think, Rick, the thing for me now, I think as a player, you know, your fulfillment comes from working on your game, trying to be the best player, the best teammate you can be, and ultimately be in a position to win championships. But I feel like now as a coach, you know, the fulfillment comes with being able to share everything that you've learned. And I was lucky enough to play the game for 14 years, spent a lot of time with the national team. And so having an opportunity now to coach younger players and help them, you know, from my experiences and some of the things that I picked up through the years, that's where the fulfillment comes now. So, you know, again, you know, I'm really enjoying coaching, and you know, again, I love to see our guys succeed.
Ray Hoble has a follow-up question. Coach, he asks, are you surprised that your longtime buddy, Asi Taulava, is still around and has remained as the last man standing among his batch playing in the PBA? To where can you attribute Asi's longevity, Coach?
Well, thanks, Ray. You know, watching Asi Talava at 46, still be out there on the court and still be productive and still have an impact on the game. It's amazing. You know, obviously Asi and I, you know, started together when my career started in the PBA in 2003, and we had, I believe, about 5 or 6 years together. And to think, you know, I've played my career and he's still going at his age. It says a lot about Asi. You know, it says a lot about his professionalism. It says a lot about the way that he's taking care of his body. Because honestly, when I retired, I think I was about a month away from my 39th birthday. And I know for myself, there was nothing left. You know, I think the mind will always be willing, but the legs, not so much. So, to think Aussie's played, another 7 years after the age that I retired again is something special. And I think his longevity and his professionalism is something that the younger players can really, look up to and see what he's doing and try to follow that same path.
Dr. Eddie?
Coach Jimmy, this is a personal question that I usually ask all of our guests. Could you kindly give us, in your time as a coach, what would be the 5 essential qualities that a coach should possess in order to be successful? Thank you.
5. That's a great question, Doc. You said 5 things that make a coach successful.
Yeah. In your opinion, for you, what would be the 5 qualities?
5 qualities. I think one, definitely has got to be the work ethic. As a young coach, I've never watched so much video before in my life. I thought and Coach A probably
I feel
knows
you.
this as well. You watch a lot of video as a player. You're always looking at ways to improve your game and what the opposition is doing. But as a coach, you're watching both sides of the ball. And I mean, something that Coach Norman taught me in terms of breaking down a game, he's told me you have to break down the game possession by possession. And right now, as a young coach, that takes me about 4 hours. And again, it's been incredibly helpful, for me as a coach, but it takes a lot of time. So I think first and foremost has to be work ethic and continuing to study the game. I think 2, again, it's building relationships with players. It's for me, I think it's a foundation for any successful team. A coach has to establish that relationship with his players because ultimately they're going to be an extension of him on the court. I think I think another important aspect of a coach is just to keep an open mind, in terms of learning. I think it's important for coaches to not be closed-minded in terms of their approach to the game, because the game's always evolving. There's always new concepts. There's always coaches trying and doing different things. And I think it's important for us to keep an open mind to see what possibly could work. I think we've seen a huge involvement of the game over the last 10 years in terms of, the game being dominated by, your old school big guys like Shaquille, and we fast forward 10, 15 years, and now it's a guard dominated game where the game is built on speed and shooting 3-pointers like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So, we've seen the game into the changes of the game. What's that, 3?
That's 3, Coach. You're at number 4 now.
I think Doc, it's important for coaches to maintain a level of accountability for himself and for the team. Because at the end of the day, I have a job to do in terms of preparing, my team for the game and coming up with, with my staff, the best game plan possible. But at the same time, keeping our players and really keeping them and push motivation. I think that goes all into it. And then I think the last thing for me, Doc, and for coaches to be successful, I think just never stop learning. I think my first 3 years as a coach, I've learned so much with each passing season, from our championship the first season to our early exit last year. I think the game and the season itself offers so many lessons, and I think it's important for us to continue that learning process and continuing to try to improve in whatever facet we can.
Coach,
Thanks, Coach Jimmy.
I've got a personal question too. Coach, have you been following
Sure.
Last Dance?
Oh, absolutely, Rick.
Okay.
I have.
Yep. what can you take away from the first 4 episodes? One, as a fan, and number two, as a coach.
Okay, Rick. I think as a fan,
Yeah.
oh man, I am absolutely glued to the TV for those 2 hours. Those bull runs were, I was in high school and in college at the time. So, as I was going through my own personal journey, just being a fan and watching their dominance was incredible. And especially now, you fast forward so many years, 20 years later, and to kind of relive those memories is really, really cool. I can't wait to watch episode 5 and 6 tomorrow.
Yep.
As a coach, I think what this documentary has shown through these first 4 episodes is 2 things. One, how difficult it is to win a championship, and how many obstacles teams go through year by year. You never, again, I think the end goal is always to win the championship and to put your team in a position to win the championship, but you never know what obstacles the team will face as the year goes on. Whether it be, like for the Bulls, here they are, having already won 5 and they're going for 6 and going for their second 3-peat. You can't anticipate injuries. You can't anticipate Dennis Rodman asking for a vacation for 48 hours. Those are things that you can't anticipate as a coach. But again, those are just things that you have to weather through the season, and continue moving forward and trying to improve and get better. But yeah, as a coach, I think this documentary shows how difficult it is for any team to win a championship, even if you got, the greatest player of all time in Michael Jordan.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Ariel?
Yes, there's some more questions. Who among the younger coaches in the country right now do you believe deserves a shot at coaching UAP or NCAA? From Nigel Tolentino.
Thanks, Nigel, for the question. What young coaches?
Who
I see, or
who among the young coaches that you know?
Coach A, I'm a big fan of Coach Topex Robinson. I've followed what he's done the past couple of years and the success that he's had with his team, and getting a chance to watch them. I've seen them play a couple times in person, and it's funny. And again, you know this, Coach A, more than me, because you've been coaching much longer. But they say that teams take on the personality of their coach. And when you watch his teams play, they play exactly like how he is and how he was as a player. Tough, great defensively, and they just keep coming after you. And that's really what Coach Topex was, all the years that we matched up against each other. I always felt that he was one of the best on-ball defenders that I ever played against. And, his relentlessness defensively as a player has he's been able to infuse that with his college players. And even now that he's transitioned to the PBA, I think it's only a matter of time before he sees success in the PBA as well. So Coach Topex is definitely one guy who stands out for me.
All right, thank you, Coach Jim. Here's our players, Matt Salem. Hey, Coach, as a player and who wants to become a coach in the future, as a coach, do you point out players' role, or should a player understand his own strengths and figure out how to evolve the role into a coach's system?
Well, Coach, I think, again, each season, it's possible to have a different team, and roles change. But I think those are things that as coaches, you're observing, especially early on in practice, what guys can and can't do. But again, at the same time, I don't like to keep our players in a box. I want them to do what they do best. And if I have a guard tell me that he can post up, then, I hope he's working with Coach Eric Mink on his post-up game. so we can throw the ball to him in the post. Or, you know, one of my big guys says that he wants to shoot threes, as long as I'm seeing him before or after practice, you know, working on it, you know, I'm open to it. So, you know, I think making the transition, coach, you know, it's one thing that's been really helpful for me. You know, is the game of basketball. You can always learn. I kept learning to the day I retired as a player, and I'm continuing to learn now. You know, it's important to study the game, watch video, try to just build up as much knowledge, wisdom as you can. Ask questions from other coaches that you know that you look up to, and helping you become a successful coach.
Coach Jim.
Yep.
During the 2013 FIBA Asia, we lost against Chinese Taipei. That was a really tough loss. In fact, we've seen a number of questions over here from our attendees asking, how do you deal with a tough loss? What do you say? What do you not say? What do you do? What do you not do inside the locker room after a tough loss? Coach?
I think we lost him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back on. But keep the questions pouring.
Coach Jim, you got it? For everyone's information, I was working with the Meralco Bolt, sister media officer. So I got to see a lot of things up close, especially when Jimmy was there. And as you all know, I also work with Gilas, being the media officer for the Samang Basketball in Pilipinas. I don't want to share that answer. I think Coach Jimmy should be the one to share that. A lot of interesting stories behind the scenes. My last was working with Coach Yang. That was it.
So we just got a message from Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. So he's gonna donate a size 13 Air Jordan 3
Nice.
retro powder blue, size 13. So for you coaches or size 13 or
Sorry, I'm back.
yep. Yeah, there you go. He's back. You're back.
Hey, Matt Salem.
Sorry about that. You guys there?
Yeah. Coach, you there?
Sorry, I lost you guys for a second. Yeah, Rick, Doc, you guys there? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that. 13 when we lost to Chinese Taipei. It was really tough because if you remember at that time, our OFWs were actually going through a difficult time in
Coach.
Taipei. And
Coach Ariel, maybe ask him to react.
him as you know.
Coach Ariel, maybe we can ask him to answer that again. Because we've received
Coach, you there? Hello?
Coach.
Coach, you guys
Coach Ariel, your mic is muted.
Hello, hello.
Okay. Yep. We can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, Coach. Sorry about that. So sorry, Rick, just to continue answering the question. So again, losing that game to Chinese Taipei just before the knockout stage was about to begin. As tough as it was, I felt like it was a blessing in disguise because it allowed us to really refocus for the rest of the tournament, because we knew, that was our one loss, and we couldn't afford any more with the knockout stage around the corner. So I think Rick, during a tough loss, especially in a tournament format, it's really important to really have short-term memory, and really just understand what we did wrong in that game, and address it and fix it, and just make sure that we're better the next time around. But again, in that format, you really can't dwell on it too much, because if I remember correctly, we had a game the following night.
Yeah.
So it's important, that everybody from the coaches and the players, tries to find, the positives out of a game like that, and just try to bounce back and be better. And fortunately for that, for that team, we had so many strong personalities. We were able to find our way and make our run.
Right. Thanks, Coach. Coach Ariel? Coach Ariel?
There's we have 5 minutes or 10 minutes left. There's more question. How do you get in a young athlete to buy into a leadership role?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's from Coach Phil.
He said, "Sorry, Coach. How do you
make a young leader, a young player to be a leader, to assume a leadership role?" Oh, he froze. Doc Teddy?
I think my personal opinion on the leadership role is, do they want to be a leader? And that number two, there are many different types of leaders. One that leads through example, they're not as vocal. That's just my opinion.
That's an excellent opinion, Doc Teddy. We'll just wait for Jimmy to join us again. We got last 5-10 minutes before we wrap it up. If you have any more further questions, dear attendees, we can.
Coach, hopefully we can get Coach Jimmy back. If we can't,
yes,
we can. These questions will be emailed to him, right? And we'll.
Yes, we can. We can email the questions to him, and we can have it on.
Coach, you there? You
yes,
there, Coach?
There you go.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
It's all right. We appreciate your time with us.
No, Coach. To answer that question, what I was saying was, it's, I think young players can assume that role, but and really example. Those young players who are going to assume a leadership role, better be the first one in the gym and better be the last guy to leave, because by doing that, they gain the respect of the veteran guys, and they also gain accountability with the rest of the team that they're doing the work, and they want nothing more than the team to be successful. Because that, again, when you're a young player, you haven't proven anything. So young players have to take each day as an opportunity to continue to build that accountability and continue to build that respect amongst the veteran guys and really the rest of the team.
Thank you. Thank you. There's last three questions, Dr. Eddie, before we wrap it up, because I know Jimmy's got an appointment after. Dr. Eddie?
Coach Jimmy, this is a question from Merlin. He's asking about the Gilas program. He says Gilas program is now being reprogrammed, headed by Coach Tab as its director. And they are looking to tap a European coach to lay the groundwork, since these are much younger players now on the team. Plus, we have to rewire our style of play into a European style instead of American play. The question is, would you accept an assistant coaching position with a team full-time? Because I honestly see you being more of a long-term coach for the national team. It may be by the year 2023 or beyond that.
Well, I appreciate. Hello.
Coach
Hello,
Jimmy?
Coach,
We're
Coach,
good.
you
You're
there?
good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. I think my thoughts on the Gilas program. Obviously, I feel like the program is in good hands with Coach Tab. It's really hard for me to comment because it's not my job to decide who will be the next Gilas coach. I understand Coach Tab's perspective in terms of following the European brand of basketball in terms of the ball movement and the player movement. But at the same time, I also see that our style of play, when we played against the best in the world back in 2014, that it was also effective. I think in terms of the program moving forward, it's just going to be important for us to really start to identify the players who could potentially be on that team in 2023. Because as early as now, it's going to be important for those guys to really build on that chemistry and camaraderie that they're going to need come the World Cup in 2023. That was such a huge part of our success as a team in 2013 and 2014, because you had veteran guys who were pros, who had championship experience, and really, with our group, Doc, there was such a huge amount of respect that we had for each other through all the years that we had gone against each other and competed against each other. So I think for the Gilas program now, that's going to be one of the challenges is trying to find that chemistry and camaraderie with the new generation of players. Obviously, we have an incredible amount of talent in the country today. We have talented Finland players abroad. So it's just going to be a matter of identifying that and trying to put together at least some sort of pool of guys who could potentially be on that team. In terms of my role, I'm always open to serving the country. And again, that's kind of, I'm just kind of taking a wait and see approach to see what the program will do moving forward. But obviously, it'd be a huge honor to be involved with the program, considering I've been part of it for so many years. Did I answer the question?
Yes, you did.
Yes, of course.
Yes, you did. This is a question from Ian. He asks, Coach Jimmy, do you have any pre-game ritual? So I guess a pre-game ritual back when you're in your playing days and now as a coach. Thank you.
Well, Ian, playing, I was pretty big on being the first one in the arena. I really enjoyed getting on the court first. I wanted the opposition to see me out there shooting first, because I wanted them to know that we were going to come ready to play that night. So that was probably my biggest pregame ritual. Usually by the time I would get back into the locker room after I'm on the court, I really wasn't talking too much. I was just trying to get in my own zone and my own space, trying to visualize the game and trying to figure out what I needed to do on that particular night to help us win. As a coach, I really just try to go over my notes and really just try to relax my mind. I might step out on the court and find a seat in the bleachers just for a few minutes to watch our guys and kind of get a feel for where they're at, get a quick glimpse of the opposition. before I go back into the room and start writing down the notes of the game. But that's really my biggest thing, Doc. Before a game, just trying to relax my mind and get my thoughts together so that once the game starts, I'm ready to go.
Thanks, Coach Jimmy. Do we still have time for
One more
Yeah,
question.
sure. I'm here.
One more
We can
question.
take Coach. We can take a couple more.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. Go.
Sure.
This is from Nigel, Coach. He asks, Coach Jimmy, which 3 young players in the Gilas pool has impressed you the most? Thank you.
Oh, tough question. Again, just because we have a lot of really, really great young talent. I'm excited to watch these guys. Now that I'm coaching, it allows me to be a basketball fan and watch these guys, be successful on the court. Guys who stand out for me, young guys. I'm a big Robert Bullock fan. I hope he comes back from his knee injury. I think that kid is just so tough. And he's really been a winner throughout his young career, and I really feel like that'll translate into his pro career, and it'll just be a matter of time. CJ Perez is another one. I really think we got a chance to get a glimpse of what he'll be able to do in the future during the last World Cup. Just again, the athleticism and his ability to be solid on both ends of the floor. Is somebody who stands out. Another young guy. Trying to think. There's so many young guys right now. I'm excited to see Kiefer Ravenna get back in the court. Coming off his suspension, that's never easy for any young player. But he has such a high basketball IQ. And again, keeps a winner. So I'm excited for him to really get back on the court long term and to see him lead his team because again, he's a winner.
Coach, we have a question from Rose. Rose is asking, as a coach, what measures do you have in place to know that you're doing an effective job in coaching?
If you're winning, if you're winning games, that's one for sure. But Doc, I think it's also important, probably more so than the wins is just seeing improvement. Because no matter you're talking about the ABL season or a PBA season, it's long, and I tell our guys it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and we try our best to really just continue to build, continue to improve, so that come playoff time, unfortunately that was around this time, this last month of April and early part of May, come playoff time, you want to hit your stride and really be playing your best. So I think that's another challenge going to a season where you're trying to monitor the team and observe the team to where you're seeing the growth and you're seeing the improvement, so that by the time the playoffs come around, you're ready to really get into 4th to 5th gear and make that run for a championship.
Coach Jim, got a question here.
Sure, Rick.
With Talk and Text and with the national team, you guys have trained in a lot of different countries. As I recall it, one time you went to Italy to train also with Talk and Text.
Yes.
What did you take away from Italian basketball and one in Serbia?
The two things that I remember, Rick, about our trips to Italy and Serbia, we just really were exposed to some super high quality competition while we were there, and not under the easiest of circumstances. I remember our training camp in Italy. We were in the mountains for about 2 weeks, and it was freezing cold. I mean, probably the coldest gyms that I've ever played in, where it literally hurt to catch the ball. So that was a challenge in itself, much less playing against great competition. And again, in Serbia, their ability to shoot the ball from all 5 positions and their ability to move the ball and use the ball screen, which is something that us as Filipino players are so effective in using. It just gave us a different perspective on how to play in terms of that European style, the ball movement, the quick ball movement, I should say, and just the different reads on ball screens were some things that really stood out from those trips.
You've adapted it into your own coaching style now.
Trying my best to.
All right, thanks, Coach. Teddy?
How do you deal with frustrations towards team or a particular player from another player? Oops.
What was that, Coach? Sorry.
Yeah. How do you deal with frustrations? So player to player frustrations. How they want to know in depth if one player is frustrated with another player. How do you bridge the gap, or how do you deal with it?
I think again, that's something that's naturally going to happen. You have guys competing. You have guys competing for minutes. You guys have guys competing for shots. But again, I think, Coach, it's just it starts from the relationship that you have with the players and helping them understand that they can be great in whatever role that you have for them on the team. And just being great in that role. And I think on a team, there are so many different roles that players need to have in order for that team to be successful. So, I encourage the competition. I think it's something that's healthy for a team, because if you can create that environment at practice where guys are really going at each other, I think once the game starts, it actually is a little bit easier, because you guys have been pushing, the players have been pushing them each other so hard during practice. So again, I think for the coaches who are tuning in, it's natural to see that and encourage the competition. But I think it's also important to remind them that we're all on the same team, and we all have we're all fighting for the same goal. So you don't want to get it to a point where it's snowballing into something bigger.
Excellent. Here's a question that we both can relate with. Is there a difference between the game atmosphere in the ABL as compared to the PBA, where the fans are, there's a home and away?
I think, Coach, to a certain degree, yes. That's one of the big things that I do love about the ABL is that, the respective countries that you go and play in, they really take pride in supporting their team. So you have packed crowds and crowds that are really animated to support their team. So I think that's a great experience for our players. I think the PBA obviously has great crowds as well. But I think that it's sorry. Wait. That's wait, my love. Sorry, that's my daughter.
That's all right.
So again, I think that's one thing that I do love about the ABL. But in terms of competition, it's a little bit of a different dynamic, just because the ABL in the last 3 years that I've been involved, you have 2 or 3 imports on the court at one time. Whereas the PBA, you're talking about the All Filipino, you talk about the Commissioner's Cup and the Governor's Cup. So a little bit of a different dynamic when you have multiple imports on the court at the same time. But I think it's a credit to the other Southeast Asian players, who continue to improve. I think from your time, Coach A, in the ABL, to the players that are playing now, it's great for the game to see the improvement throughout the region.
Yeah, great. And probably no, we have a question all the way from Ghana, from Opong KU. So, Coach Jimmy, what do you make of positionless basketball to traditional positioning in games? So it's kind of technical.
Yeah, Coach. Coach A, tell me if you agree with me. I think the way the game is evolving now, it's definitely moving towards positionless basketball. And the reason why I say that, Coach A, and you can tell me if you agree or not, in terms of the old school post ups, waiting for double teams, big man kicks it out, and then focusing on the ball movement, we're seeing less and less of that. Now we're starting to see a lot of offenses where it's 5 out. 4 and 5 guys are stretching out the 3-point line. It's something that I saw last summer with the Sacramento Kings during the summer league. You had every big guy shooting threes and nobody posting up. So again, that's just kind of the way that the game is evolving. It's become a guard dominated game, and you're finding more big guys who are becoming more versatile in what they can do. Big guys are starting to handle the ball, run the floor, shoot threes, but still have the ability to finish inside and attack the rim. So, I think basketball is definitely moving in the direction to more positionless basketball because there's just so much more versatility. So thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support all the way from Ghana.
Agree to that, Coach Jim, and it's just gone to positionless basketball, and Rick, I know your daughter's already tagging you for dinner, maybe, Coach Jim, huh? So Rick, and I'd like to thank, of course, Jimmy for agreeing to do this, and all the coaches who stayed. But please stay online, coaches. So we'll have the online auction for that auction for the frontliners, and I'll have Jimmy donate one of his coaching board also.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
We want to ask all the attendees to give a social distancing round of applause to Coach Jimmy. Thank you for your time,
Thanks,
Coach.
Rick.
It's never
I
enough,
appreciate it.
but you're a keen basketball mind. We want to thank you for being a part of this webinar, and best of luck to your ABL endeavor.
Thanks, Rick, and Coach Ed and Doc. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me. I think we all share the same sentiment that we're missing the game. So getting an opportunity like this to talk about it, this conversation can go on much longer. So thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Coach Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Jimmy, and I will see you. And good luck again.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye. All right. Okay, so we pick up from there. Coaches.
I'm here.
Yeah. So all right. So how do we start? You can bid also from YouTube Live. So we'll just we'll try this out for a bit. I know we don't have much time to bid on everything, but that the coaches has given us. But for those that's with us already or with me already, we can start the ball rolling on our. I know, Doc Teddy, we start with your book. Can you share the book?
Right. This is the paperback version of Coach Phil Jackson's second book, Sacred Hoops, Spiritual Lessons of a Hardwood Warrior. The first time I read this, I was still in my teens the first time I read this. This version comes with a new introduction by Phil Jackson. So if you guys have the hardcover one, you still would want this because it is like a new introduction.
So game.
Yeah, that's it.
Game starting.
So what's our starting bid and what is the increment
150.
bid? 50 is the increment. So
yeah, so let's start. We just go for till 8:30 on this, and then let's try. Just try it out. I know there's some items also that was already bidded out, and I'll post it also. So go to the chat. Everybody, there's Robbie. So 150, Robbie should be 150. 200 from Lay Castro. 300 from Christian Bruel. We got 300. Keep it pouring. All right, just on the chat room, not on the question. 300, 350, Robbie. Oh, this is exciting. 300. Do I hear 400? Do I hear 450? Sorry, I'm not good at the. All right. Do I hear 450? Anyone? 450? Wait. I have to check YouTube. Sorry, baka meron sa YouTube. Okay. This is exciting pala. Parang nasa TV tayo, So, wala sa YouTube, Wala sa YouTube. Okay. You can. So, and we can arrange how you can pay, but the shipment will be your account also, for those who are from the provinces. Kasi this is a fundraising, so we don't want to be So anymore. So there's no from YouTube. So YouTube and Zoom only ang bidding, wala sa Facebook. So kasi I don't have enough hands. So the last is Christian going. So
Coach Romel. Pumasok si General. Coach, 500,000.
Tukol. Wow. Okay. Going. Anyone else? Going. And it's sold to Romel Adukol for 500. Congratulations. So, Coach Romel, 500. Okay, so thank you. The next one.
Coach Romel is what you call a sniper. Bid sniper yan. Last second pumasok.
Last second, grab. Button. Okay, all right. Our next item will be exciting pala to. Okay, wait. Okay, let's this one. A season
On the
on
break.
the brink. So it's a very nice book, Bobby Knight book.
And
So
there.
about the championship, so 100.
Paperback siya, Coach, hardbound.
It's paperback.
Paperback version. Okay.
All right. Season on brink. Good for coaches that we will ship. Ihiramin na lang daw ni Christian kay Coach Romel kasi natalo. Any bid? 100? 100? Nobody? 100? Book? Bobby Knight fans? 100 from Emerito.
100.
Okay? Emerito 100. So, collector's item yan. Go. So,
Coach Ariel will sign the book. Added value.
Baka bumaba yung value pag sinain ko. So, wala pa. Wala pa sa YouTube Live. Who else? Matt Salem, what's your bid? Come on.
I think the book is written by John Feinstein.
Yes, it's best-selling sports book. It's the best-selling sports book of all time. So again, wala. So we'll go up 200. Alvin
150, 200.
200. Alvin Bartolome. Coach, 250. Lay Castro. Yan na. Exciting. Okay. Yan natin, board yung susunod, Board yung
Coach,
susunod.
may 300 daw.
300 from Emerito. 300. All right. Medyo may delay sa YouTube. Bago ko may 5 second, may 5 second delay sa YouTube. Bago ko kasi baka magalit yung bid sa YouTube. So YouTube lang at saka walang Facebook. So sorry to sa mga nasa Facebook. Pero yung kanina sa Facebook, alam ko naman yung mga binid nyo. Like Chuck Araneta bid on something. So okay, I think 300 it's going and it's gone. Okay, so Emerito won this book. Okay, the next one is from Coach Louis Alas. Wait, I'm just gonna open it up para makita nyo. So Coach Louis Alas is the coach of Phoenix. All right. Wait. So it's a coaching, personal coaching board signed by him, and starting bid is
Coach, can we see a photo of the board so that our
yes, yeah.
bidders can see?
I'm sharing now the photo of the board.
Nice. Woohoo!
Yeah, woo, yan. Fresh na
ganda.
fresh. Ganda. Okay.
Bago pa yun.
Yes, Chuck Araneta bidded. Sorry, Chuck. Wait, teka.
500 from Ian.
500 from Ian. Teka lang, ha?
700 from Robbie.
700. I think that beats Chuck's bid of 500. So who's there? Come on. Keep it coming. Again, all the proceeds will go to the Bangon or Bangon Pilipinas of Blackwater's
850 from Robbie.
Wow, 850 from Robbie. Who else? Chuck, if you're listening, you can
1,000 from Ian.
1,000. Who else?
1,1 from Robbie.
1,1?
1,1.
1,1? Sige, I'll monitor ano lang ha? I'll monitor YouTube, monitor the doctor. Sige, keep it coming.
1,150 from Mark.
1,150. Wow. Woo, exciting.
1,2 from Paolo. 1,13 from Robbie.
1,3 from Robbie.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be signed by Coach Louis, right?
Yes, signed by Coach Louis, champion coach.
Where's Coach Louis going to sign? In the back or in the front?
He's gonna sign so that somewhere on the sideline or the
Okay. Permanent
baseline.
marker.
Permanent marker.
Permanent marker. Okay, yeah.
Who else? Go. We'll give some more time for other. No. Come on, keep the bids coming. Meron, is there another bid? I cannot see
1,4 from Paolo.
I cannot see the chat for whatever reason. Wait, which one do I click?
Chat, Coach. Expand chat.
Expand.
1,500 from Robbie. Robbie seems to really want the board.
Yeah. Oh, Robbie, come on.
Fending off all the competitors for the board. He wants it.
Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, I think Robbie also private messaged me on that, and but maganda. It's personalized.
Certainly most colorful of all the boards, and looks very sturdy. If
Yes.
Robbie uses this
a bit more time, we get a bit more time for our participants.
Robbie said he lost his board before the lockdown, so he's gonna use this with his team if he wins the. Paolo is challenging.
All right.
1,550.
How much? 1,550? Wow.
He upped it by 50 pesos.
Wow.
1,600 from Robbie. Robbie wants the board.
Okay. Keep it coming.
This is all the proceeds are going to charity.
Yes.
1,600.
We like the competition because this will be. Yes. So I won't put a cap on it, but feel free, and you have 48 hours, of course, to pay. 48 hours to pay online, and we will send it, and we'll contact you.
This looks like it's bigger than a standard board. This one.
No, it's a standard board. Standard.
Standard.
Okay,
yeah.
I've seen it. The picture lang looks big.
Nice.
So any other? I cannot.
For Current bid is 1,600 pesos
Okay.
for the board of Coach Louis Alas.
All right. There's 1.2. Sorry, Jeric Oliver Ledesma. Sorry, you got outbidded. Medyo late sa YouTube. So we'll just give another minute para sa mga YouTube
That's
natin.
1 minute.
Last 1 minute. Ooh! Dapat pala meron akong timer dito. Wait, ha?
You should have a timer.
Meron. Para it's fair, no? Timer, stopwatch.
It looks like
Timer. Okay, timer. Last 1 minute yung sinabi ko, no? Sige. 30 seconds na lang.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Current top bid is 1.6 for Robbie. He's asking if he's the highest bid. Robbie, you're the highest bid so far.
So far. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
All right.
Lapit na. Baka papasok si
Okay.
General. Snipe ni General.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
1,650, Paulo.
Oh!
1,650. Oh! 1.7. Oh.
Kanino? 1.7.
I think it's it's 1,650 from Paulo kasi with 2 seconds left. That's what I saw from the timer.
The timer?
Coach, final decision is yours.
I think we can keep on going. He beat the time clock, so I'll give I give another 10 seconds to the 9, 8, 7,
6. Robbie's highest so far, 1.7.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Goes to Robbie.
Robbie, you're the winner from 1,000. Well, Coach, thank you, Coach Louis Alas, for the board. And you will just earn how much again, Coach? What? 1,700?
1,700 pesos.
All right, 1,700. Robbie.
We'll get in
Wow.
touch with all the winners at the end of the auction. Right,
Yes,
Coach?
get in touch. So I'm just putting that. Yes, you can pay through Union Bank. I think there's an option if you go online. There's an option to pay from Union Bank to GCash or from Union Bank. So we'll just okay, but thank you again, Coach Louis Alas. I started my career in the NBA and then proceed on to the PBA because of Coach Louis. So we got. I don't have the picture, but we got. There's 4 boards from the Nash, from the Rosella family, 2 signed by Coach Nash and 2 signed by Coach Olsen. So we will go through first, signed by Coach Nash. So again, starting
picture.
It's new, but I don't have the picture. Coach Nash hasn't sent me the picture, but it's brand new, he said.
Brand new, ayan.
Brand new coaching board. So Coach Nas, if you're listening, send me the picture. So yeah,
Coach, maybe you should start with the bids, the ones so we can show them a picture. So at least they know what they're getting.
So yun, wala muna yung ano. So yeah, we'll bid.
Then when Coach Nash sends the photo, we will.
Okay. So next, eto, may bid na kasi to from online. So I think this is a good way to start the bidding for this book.
Yung book ni Coach Tex.
Yes, that's the book. That's the book. Let me find.
I want our participants to know whoever wins this. I would be very jealous. That's the one book I don't have.
Sige. So
ayan.
This one this is from Coach Franco and Coach John. Sorry if I because we had a group chat and I don't know who gave who, but so it's either Coach John or Coach Franco. This one. So
That's a
text
nice
Twitter of the
one.
triangle. So yeah, Coach Franco gave this book. So
Guys,
on
this
the
is not
triangle.
available locally. There's no way you're gonna get this in national.
So
bookstore
100 is the starting bid, and then I'm gonna open up
300 na.
300. Go.
350 from Mark.
I can't see the chat pala when I'm
500.
sharing, no?
500 from Rose.
Sige, 500. Go.
Merlin 650.
650 from Merlin.
Rose 700.
So Bong, you got outbidded 400 ka lang. So that's on Facebook kanina. So who
Emily?
else?
Oh, Christian 800.
Christian 800. That's good. I can't
Sabi
see
ni
the chat
Coach-
pala when I'm
sabi-
sharing, no?
Sabi ni Coach Franco, bawin na lang daw niya yung book.
Grabe ka. Dumabot. Of course, that's a joke.
No, yeah, of course. Just kidding.
Wow.
1,000 from Matt. 4,000 from
Wow.
Matt.
So far just I forgot the 17 yung board, and then the first two how much? Sorry, pero I have it on file naman. But yeah, the first two winners I have it on file. So who else? Who else? Oh, it's
Coach,
exciting.
I got a message, Coach. Maybe it's better if everybody, the participants, put it to all panelists and attendees so there's transparency for the highest bid. Because if
Okay.
it's only panelists, they will not see what the highest bid is. They'll, so at least everybody knows that the
Sige,
numbers that
sige.
we're telling.
Sige, please.
So everybody,
The chat panelist to
chat, all panelists and attendees,
yeah.
so that you can also see the bids. Yeah. Okay. Current highest bid is Emerito, 1-2.
1-2. Okay, so I cannot see the chat bids from my end if I'm sharing. So
I'll just
just
share it.
feed me. But
Matt
Salem,
1-250. Yeah,
1-250.
Emerito is back at 1-3.
Rene
Emerito.
Andicoy 1-1. So sorry, Rene.
This book retails for more than $20. So you guys are already, and the value that you get from what's inside the book. And Coach
And you're
Franco says pristine condition. The book's in pristine condition.
And you're helping our frontliners. That's the
Yes.
that's the really So wala Facebook, wala. The highest bid on YouTube is 1-1 from Rene. So he got outbidded. What's the highest now from your end, Coach?
1,750. Emerito.
1,750. Wow. 1,750.
Pristine condition book.
Wow. So we're raising a lot of money for last year.
Matt 1-8.
1-8, Matt. Wow. Sige pa. So pag may shot clock, pagka umabot sa shot clock, we're still gonna give 1 more minute, ha? Ganun, ha? Kaya kanina kasi wala pa yung ko eh. Baka ma-technical ako ng mga natin.
Matt's highest bidder so far, 1-8.
1-8. Okay, so we give 1 minute now. 1 minute.
Christian, 1-850.
Okay, still 1 minute. 1-850. 53 seconds. 52. 1-850 is the highest bid.
Feeling ko may sniper dito. Si Coach Romel. Papasok ulit si Coach Romel.
Baka pumasok si Coach Romel.
To complete his collection with the...
But when someone puts a bid like last 2 seconds, so there's still I will still give 30 seconds kasi the delay kasi on YouTube.
Okay, no problem.
So wala, this is for charity anyway, so we're not playing favorites.
1-9, Emerito.
1-9 Emerito. Wow. 8 seconds. So we have to give another 10 seconds for that, or 30 seconds for that, because that's under 10 seconds.
This was the one item I wanted.
So you can bid.
Ganda.
Come on.
I'm in the panel. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Anonymous
okay?
bid.
Matt.
2K.
2K.
Wow. Matt, very good. You're supporting our fundraiser. Matt Salem is our shooter. He, watch out for him. We're really working hard. I hope the pandemic. 3, 2, 1. So, 4. How much was it?
2,000.
2,000. Thank you, Matt Salem. 2,000. So I'll get in touch.
Ian and Coach Franco, I should bid. Pero Matt had the better price.
Yes. Okay. So 2,000 from Matt. Okay. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for supporting
Thanks,
our cause. Okay. The next one is from Coach Jamike. Coach Jamike. Ayan. Naku, napakaganda nito. Brand new. Brand new signed. Teka ha. I'm just gonna share it. Okay. Ganda naman ito. Oh, wow. It's a champion board. Brand new. Coach Jamai Karin, thank you so much for supporting our okay. Get ready with your bids. Again, bid will start with nawala. Wait. Okay, stop share.
What is the next item, Coach?
This one. Fresh from Viber. Ayan, oh. Can you see it? The board?
Yes, I can see the board.
Ayan. It's signed. It's signed.
Is this one board or many boards?
One board. Ayan, oh.
May kasamang pen. May kasamang pen pa siya.
Ayan, ah. It's signed.
I can see it.
Kita nyo na it's signed? Ayan.
Oh, there. On the top.
Ayan, oh. Okay. Bid starts 100. Wow. Any takers? Coaches, friends, family?
You can even put your the
100
lineups for the game.
I'll bid for 100.
300.
300. Brand new, signed by former NU
And
coach. Ayan, and as mentioned by
Merlin,
Coach,
400.
as mentioned by Coach Jimmy Alapag, he's one of the brightest minds in coaching here. How much na?
400, Coach. From Merlin. Highest bidder so far.
Hey, 400.
500 from Mark.
From Mark, 500. Again, we don't have a reserve price, so it's for charity anyway. So 550. Okay.
600 from Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
This retails for about like $30, I think. Yung ganyan board. And, hindi ka na pupunta sa US to buy it. It's not locally available.
If you factor in shipping, this is a deal already.
Yeah. And you're helping charity.
Yeah. That's the number one.
Okay. So who's the highest bidder so far?
Mark, so far 800 from Paulo.
800. I'm just waiting on a couple more here sa YouTube Live.
Coach, what's our timer?
Okay. 2 minutes pa eh. 2 minutes pa.
2 minutes, okay.
Yeah, 2
highest
minutes.
bidders, Mark, 850.
Sa YouTube, meron daw. Ako, may sa akin. YouTube daw. YouTube. So, mukhang...
YouTube.
mukhang 1,300 from Rene Ray Adicoy. Tama ba to? Rene, can you please confirm? Vincent Ganelo 1350. Vincent Ganelo 1350. Tama ba? Just confirm it. If it's for the board. 1-4 for Rene. Rene
1-4.
Oy, 1-4.
This is in YouTube. YouTube, huh?
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
on
see
YouTube.
that. So.
Yeah, I can see it on my phone. So,
All right.
ayan. You can check it also. No, 1-4 now from Rene. Rene Ray Adicoy. Yes, Teddy?
You only have one. There's only one signboard, right? Coach only gave one signboard.
Yeah, one signboard lang. One signboard.
Okay. All right. So 1-4, right?
1-4 from Rene.
1-4.
Last 1 minute. 1-4 for the board. Yes, Rene. So you're the so far. Okay, we give Rene 1 minute and then pero we give another 30 seconds after this 1 minute kasi they have late So baka may mag-outbid on Zoom late ng konti. So we got 35 seconds plus another 30 seconds just in case may mag-bid pa sa inyo. But Rene, so far Rene is the highest bidder. The second highest bidder on your end is who?
Mark, 850.
Okay, but Vincent Ganelo is the second highest with 1,250. So just in case Rene wasn't able to, we got Vincent, who's the highest bidder. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we get 30 seconds lang 30 seconds lang. Okay. Okay, so congratulations to Rene Roy Adicoy. So email your, because I don't have your contact. So if it's from email Coach AV at Hoop Coaches. I don't have his contact information since he's watching from YouTube. So, but congratulations to Rene. Okay, we move on. Okay, a couple more before I know we cannot auction out everything, but we can. I'll put them all online on the Facebook page.
How about the shoes of?
Yes, let's go to the shoes. I'm interested.
Let's go for the shoes.
Let's go to the shoes. And I know Coach Jeff is watching over at Coach Jeff, is the co-owner of Titan. So it's wow. Can you see it? It's almost brand new powder blue. Size 13, starting bid at 500. You cannot buy a Jordan shoes for 500. Size 13, and he will sign it for you, Alaska Aces fans. Coach Jeff Vicariasus. 2,500 from Doc Teddy.
Yeah.
That's on record,
Coach
Doc
Franco.
Teddy.
Yeah. Coach Franco, 3,000. Oh, Matt's getting
Coach
it.
Franco, 3,000?
Matt's 3,000 already. Matt, you got the book already.
Matt, sell him 3,000. Wow.
Raymond, 3,500.
Wow. Woo! Keep coming, guys. Come on. Oh, wow.
Matt, 3,600.
3,600? Wow. Grabe. Katrina, my niece, if you're watching, I know you're watching. Please record the ones from
4,500.
Wow! Thank you so much. God bless you all. Emerito, 4,005. Do I hear 4,100? Do I hear?
The Jet will sign that. So
Jet,
added value.
Yeah, Coach Jeff just messaged on YouTube Live. So hi guys. So he's monitoring. Oh, exciting times. Coach Jeff, thank you so much. We've raised, that's a lot of hygiene kits for our frontliners. And ano pa yun, ha? What's good is that whatever we raise, it will be doubled by Blackwater pa. So what we raise, ito double pa nila. So we'll not just, they gotta double pa the products that they're gonna give. So talagang it's a very good cause to everyone. So I want to give Teddy more time since this is a premium item. So I want to give you more time to think about it. I'll give you last 3 minutes of to own Jordan Powder Blue Jordan 3. Okay. Again, thank you.
When a lot of people they say what their
Wow.
best Jordan is. Jordan
It's
3 is
not.
one of them.
Hey, it's not used pala. Sabi ni Coach Jeff, it's brand
new.
new. It's brand new. So brand new with box, of course. Ayan, maraming box ng Titan. Brand new. So ayan, if you're on
5K na, Coach Franco, 5K.
If you're on YouTube, you can chat with Coach Jeffrey Carriazo. So ayan, nandiyan siya. It's brand new. Wow.
Emerito, 5,100.
5,100. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Wow. Grabe. Ang daming funds. So, thank you, dear coaches. Naging successful yung natin. Hindi daw pala use. Coach Ado, yes. Thank you for monitoring. So, naka-monitor din si Coach Ado of Manila Stars. Front row.
You can even use the Nike tag as a keychain. So you got shoes and you have a keychain.
Yeah, and so Coach Mike just messaged and he's so happy that he was able to help. So yeah, winners. We'll just settle. Email me the information and then I'll reply on how we're gonna send it. Or we have 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute and 8 seconds. You can see my not the small
Coach,
one.
for sure, my sniper yan for sure.
Meron. Pero kasi nga
premium item
yes.
Item.
Pero I'll give 30 seconds pa kasi late ang YouTube. Sorry for keep on repeating it. So after this shot clock, there's 30 seconds pa. Okay? So kumbaga merong may review by the mukhang may tumunog yung tumunog. Okay.
Marita is the highest so far, 5,100.
Coach Ado yata wants to kaya lang hindi pinayagan ng asawa niya. Stop him from beating daw. Coach Ado, stop. Napigilan ng misis. Okay. So we got 9, 8, 7, then another 30 seconds, ha?
Okay.
Okay, so... Okay.
5-2, Ian.
5-2, Ian. So
5,200.
30 seconds. Ian. Thirty seconds.
Coach, time remaining.
20 seconds lang from YouTube. Give 20 seconds to YouTube. 10, 9, 8, 7,
5-3, Merito.
So 30 seconds again. 30 seconds again. Okay, time starts now. 25. Oh, my YouTube, come on.
5-3.
5-3 from Emerito. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
Oh,
Congratulations. How much?
Emerito got 5,300, coach.
5,300 for Emerito. Thank you so
Emerito.
much for
Congrats,
Emerito.
Thank you so much.
Ayan, ako. Okay, next. Ako, sarap naman nun. Bibid sana ako, kaya lang. Baka ma-outbid din ako eh. Congratulations, Emerito. Great value, sabi nga ni Coach Franco. Okay. The next book is meron ng bid to na 500 early bid since I shared it earlier. So I put it all in one folder, but I can't seem to find it. And, again, I would like to thank our generous coaches for sharing. It's a book.
Daming maganda.
Oh, ang dami. There's a Larry Bird book.
Book on Larry Bird. There's one Lynch book, right? On coaching.
Yes, there's meron din.
Dalawa yata eh. I've read that book. That's a good book, that one.
This one, Basketball Coaching. There you go. I saw it. I'll share it on screen. Yan. Chuck Araneta. Bidded 400. So 400. We start with 400.
So this book has different offenses. They share like in a couple of pages breakdown of the offense, and there's a write-up about it.
Okay, any bid? Si Chuck hindi pa nanalo eh. So baka this is for Chuck na talaga. Chuck is a broadcaster. We know him from.
We have Matt 500, and Mark is bidding 600.
Okay, so Chuck, if you're listening or if you tuned in, you got outbidded again. You gotta up your bid.
This came into the country very briefly. This is, I think, National Bookstore and Power Books used to have a lot of these books, but the last couple of times I've visited bookstores, wala na eh. So this is a gem to have in your collection.
So we got 3 minutes. How much is the highest so far? 3 minutes.
Matt's bidding 650.
650.
Mark is bidding 700.
700.
Yeah.
Three minutes.
800.
Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
It's bidding 800.
800.
This is a good book to have if you're going to start your basketball library. $850 by Mark.
Mark. Full name, Coach. Doc. Para ano?
Mark Jason Anoba.
Okay.
Inoba. Matt again is at 900, and Merlin is at 950. Thank you, guys.
Keep it coming. Thank you, guys.
Matt's up to 1,000.
Oh, who won
for Mark.
I know it. The shoes. Let me know, Emerito, if you want it signed or you're gonna use it now. So it says Coach Jeff. So it's your daw choice. If you want it signed by Coach Jeff or you're gonna use it unsigned. So either way. But thank you, Coach Jeff, for sharing. So we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. 1 minute 35 now. 1 minute 35.
So highest bidder so far is Mark Jason.
Mark Jason.
Jason Anoba at 1-1 for the book.
Nawala si Rick. Rick, are you with us? Baka nagbibid na anonymously si Rick. Yung isa dyan, na account niya yan.
Matt's starting his coaching career early.
Watch out for Matt. Okay, 1 minute. So I'm just gonna time 5 minutes per item para lang we can sige, hanggang 9 o'clock tayo kasi medyo mas pa naman until may nagbibid pa. I'm happy to be doing this because it's a service also to our frontliners and to our coaches, of course. 29 seconds. So wala on YouTube, We have right now there's 27 on YouTube or no, fluctuating 17 on YouTube.
You know, you guys who are watching on YouTube and the participants, you have first dibs on this.
Ooh.
On this stuff. First
so we got
dibs.
30 seconds for the YouTube or okay. All right. I think there's no more delay. Once I see myself on YouTube with the shot clock, I'll stop it. All right. Going, and it's gone. So how much was it?
1,100. Mark Jason Anoba.
Mark Jason.
Congratulations.
Okay, again, Mark Jason, email coachav@hoopcoaches.com for your information. The next one is another book from, I think that book was from Coach John. This one is, that one is from Coach Junji. Okay. Ito rin from Coach Junji. It's a book by John Calipari on basketball's half-court offense. Yeah. Starting bid at hardbound.
Hardbound?
I don't know.
No.
The picture looks
okay,
like.
I think it's paperback. It looks like it's paperback. Nice.
Okay, starting bid at 100. It's from Coach Junji Ablan of Arellano High School and of course Blackwater Elite. So 5 minutes on the clock. Starting bid 100. Coach Junji, are you with us? Coach Junji. Baka nagdi-dinner si
Maybe
Coach.
if Coach is here, he can tell us a little bit about this book. Ayan, 200.
200. Okay. John Calipari, look, he's a young Calipari now here. Maging collector's item yan. Pagtagal. Mm-hmm. 4 minutes. Just 5 minutes per item. And then if wala namang bids na I'll just go last 2 minutes right away. So what's the highest so far, Teddy?
Coach Franco, 200.
Okay, thank you, Coach Franco.
Coach Franco is going to add to his library of books.
He gave some and then he
Get some back.
Unload, reload. Coach Romel Adukol, you're still on. Come on.
I think he's waiting for certain items, Coach.
Okay.
And sabi ni Coach Franco, I lost one. Need to add.
Ayan, tama. Daming binigay si Coach Junji. Last 2 minutes. Last 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. Dapat pala in-invite ko si shout out to Chris Juliano. Frontliner is a barker slash nurse from the Los Baños General Hospital. He also made the voiceover. Okay? 30 seconds. 30 seconds for the YouTube. Okay? So I think wala. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold to Coach Franco. Tama? Teddy?
Coach Franco. Yes.
200.
Yes.
Okay,
Congrats,
okay,
Coach
okay.
Franco.
Congratulations, Coach
That's a
Franco.
steal.
That's a steal for 200. This one, ha! Doc Teddy, I'm sure. Doc Teddy. You see it now? Larry Bird book?
Larry Bird is my favorite basketball player, Coach.
How to
Every time I talk,
strategies from great Celtics champions on basketball, Larry Bird.
I bid 100.
100. I bid 200.
I bid 300.
400.
Let's give chance to others.
40.
Okay to.
Okay, baka tayo na lang mag-bid, ha?
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of participants. So who else?
450.
Like 450 now?
So Coach Franco, 450.
Okay.
Okay. It's a three-man race.
I should have invited Congressman Eric Martinez for this. Sayang. But teka, I'll message you. Sayang. So to watch on YouTube live. Sayang yan. And to Wilbert Lee. Okay. 500 from Lay Castro. Yan, nakita ko yun, ha.
You know, back in the day, this was the only way you could know about the players. There wasn't any internet. So this is the content of these books or how you could get to know your basketball player, your favorite basketball player.
500 so far. Last 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes is brought to you by Blackwater Elite. Smell good. Feel good. Pwede na ba? O, Doc Teddy?
Pwede na, Coach. You can do our intro. Voice over.
Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And so that's 30 seconds for our YouTube followers. Okay. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's sold to Lee Castro. Congratulations. Please email Coach AV at hoopcoaches.com. Coach AV at hoopcoaches.com. And my dear niece, Katrina, will be answering your email. Shout out to Katrina. Next one is another book. Book pa muna ulit. Then we go to a board, ha? Yan. Basketball, the complete book of offensive basketball drills. Starting bid at 100.
That's a thick book.
More than 150 practice drills from top international coaches.
Merlin bids 500.
Wow, Berlin, thank you so much. So we got time on the clock, 5 minutes each item, and then plus 30 seconds.
550 from Matt.
550 from Matt.
Merlin 600.
Okay. Exciting.
750 from Matt. Matt really wants the book.
Yung mga
Christian
coaches,
800.
ano rin yung mga coaches mga competitive din yan
This you won't
Hindi
find this book
nagpapatalo.
locally.
Yung papatalo.
850 from Merlin.
850.
You know, guys, I go around a lot to the bookstores and book sale. I have not seen this book yet.
And again, thank you, Coach Junji. The most eligible bachelor among the coaches of Blackwater Elite. Let me message Coach Junji. Why he's not? Pero baka he's... Who's ano? Last 3 minutes, last 3 minutes. Masyado daw ako seryoso. Hindi naman ako seryoso.
Game-changing drills from around the world.
Marami pang books pala si Coach Benji Sipin. Coach Benji, just send it to our to my Viber. Please. So, pwede rin natin yan. Sorry, I didn't open my Facebook personal. So, Coach Jeff, sign it down, says Emerito Bong.
So, current highest bidders, Merlin at 850. How's YouTube?
Wala. So far, wala sa
Okay.
YouTube.
So 850.
850, let's give Board Phoenix, wala na, Mr. Wallastick, sorry. You missed on that. 1K, sorry. You missed on the...
That was a nice board.
Babalik daw si Mr. Wallastick pag board na.
He should stay on. You never know when the boards are going to come.
No,
mix it up. Book board.
We'll have a board from Coach Franco next. 1 minute.
Wow.
30 seconds. Maganda yung board ni Coach Franco.
Game used ba yung board ni Coach Franco?
Alin?
Coach Franco. I know
Coach Franco, is it brand new?
Is it brand new? Game used?
Okay, so 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold to whom?
Merlin. 8 Merlin Manuel.
Merlin.
Agkamaran.
So email me your delivery address.
Congratulations, Merlin.
Okay. So eto, meron kayong kalaban on YouTube Kasi
wow.
Wilbert.
Coach Franco says the
board is
Coach Franco says the board is used, but it comes with a bag.
Ba? Does it come with the free Alaska milk? Wala bang Alaska milk, Coach Franco?
May pirma yan, di ba, Coach Franco? Pwede milk daw.
Pwede may kasama pang milk, ha? Wow.
And signature.
And signature. Ito na. Ganda. Ang ganda nito.
with pen and eraser. It's complete. The board is everything.
I use a similar board. Yan, no?
Hey, that's
Kita niyo na?
nice. That is nice.
And it has a, carry, you can carry
For the pen.
for the pen, and then meron siyang holder. So starting bid at 200.
300 for Raymond.
Ganda, oh.
350 for Rose. 500 for Mark.
Ito, merong,
550 for Rose.
oh, wow.
Mark, 600.
Ito, yan, may milk pa daw, sabi ni June.
Oh, may milk pa.
Sabi ni June, may milk.
And Coach Franco will sign. Right, Coach Franco?
Yes, of course.
650 for Alvin.
Any
700
bid-
for Mark.
Any bid, Wilbert,
Coach Franco
Last-
says this comes with a bag. By carrying bag.
750 na. 750 na.
Mark,
So,
700. 750? It's
Yeah,
700 here with Mark.
750 from Wilbert.
800 for Mark Jason. 1K for Paolo.
1K. Will stick, 1K na.
Coach Franco shares that this is valued at $30 US. So that's roughly 1.5. Rose is 1,050.
$1,050.
All right, for Rose. $1,100 from Mark.
2 minutes. Masarap pala mag-ganito, no? Exciting. Meron pang shot clock. Sorry, Will. 750 outbidded. What's the
Paolo, it's
bid now?
1,150, Coach. Paolo.
1,150. 1,150 now. 1,150. We got 1 minute.
1 minute left.
1 minute. And then, of course, we give 20 seconds to YouTube.
1-2 for Mark.
1-2 daw. Wala na. Give up na si Will's Attic.
$30 seconds left, guys.
30 seconds.
1,250 from Paolo.
1-250.
20 seconds left.
20 seconds. And then
Coach, nag-dim yung phone mo. I can't see the...
14.
10 seconds, guys. 1-3 from Mark. It's going to go down the wire. 1,350 from Paolo.
Okay.
Coach
10,
time.
9, 8, 7,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3,
4.
2.
1-4 from Mark.
So 10, 9, 8, 7,
9,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Now.
1.
Oh, Paolo, it came in. 1,450 with 1 second left.
10, 9, 8,
8,
7, 6, 5,
1-5
4,
from Mark. 1-5.
10, 9, 8,
9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1,550, Paolo.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
4,
2,
3, 2.
1. It's over.
Oh!
It's over. No more. It's over. Just so who
Paolo
won?
won. Paolo.
Pa-
Paolo Pagkalina won. Congratulations.
How much was
Paolo.
it?
Winning bid is 1,550.
Wow. Mukhang type na mga coaches ang ang boards. We have a board also coming soon here from Coach John Calios of the MPBL team. Used to be with Caloocan, now move on to Sarangani. So for those, we got some. Wait up. We got some bids also already for this item. At the highest is 500. It's a nice personalized board.
Paulo.
Yes. So,
Hey,
ganda.
you have the
So
whole
it's
court.
yeah, it's similar to
And
Coach Louis board. So it's from Coach John Calios.
Coach,
Uh,
I want our participants should pay close attention. It comes with magnetic buttons to represent the players. A
yes.
small white button, I think, to represent the basketball.
Yep.
Yep.
So, okay, teka. I'm just looking for the. There's an email earlier from pero I listed out the 500 yung ano.
Caloocan Supremos.
Yes. So 4 minutes. Oh, shout out to Sir Roland Lazenby. He's tuning
Oh, he's
in.
here?
No, he was. He
Hi,
said he was tuning in. So
Oh.
hi.
Hi,
And
sir.
then, hi, sir. Uh-huh. 500 it was the bid, but I can't seem to find it. But I have it on somewhere.
Are we accepting bids already for the
Yeah, for 500.
Caloocan Supremos boards?
500
Okay, guys, the starting bid for
is
the board
500
is 500.
kasi meron akong bid from an earlier email by 500.
So this is the only board so far that comes with magnetic clips. So
3 minutes.
that's both boards. We have 3 minutes on this bid. Do we have any bidders? Starting at 500.
Oh, magaling yung nagbid sa ano.
550.
550 from
Mark
whom?
Jason. Mark Jason, Anoba.
Mark Jason, 550. So outbidded na yung ano.
Initial bid of 500.
Initial bid of 500. So if you want to up your bid, uy, meron tayong shoes from Coach Coach Gilbert Lau.
What's the size, Coach?
Size 13. LeBron 16.
Okay.
Good condition.
Okay.
From his son. And yeah,
Wow.
so we'll have that next. So last 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes for this.
So current bid is 550 by Mark Jason.
Okay, and thank you, Coach John Calios, for he said he's more than happy to be sharing, and he's also thankful for our webinars. Yeah, we're also happy to be serving our community. Okay, I think 30 seconds. Right. All right, 30 seconds. Okay, going, and it's gone. So
Gone.
who won?
Mark
Congratulations,
Jason.
Mark Jason.
Mark Jason Anoba.
Mark
550.
Jason. So email me your and what item 550 Coach Callius board.
Paulo, maybe you email Coach Ariel. Coach, what's your email so they can ask? They're asking about the mode of payment. Maybe.
Yes, GCash BDO.
Oh, there you go. GCash or BDO, Paulo.
GCash or BDO. Or PayPal. Meron din PayPal. Kaya PayPal sometimes binabawasan sayang.
Yes, there is.
Okay, let's go to Coach's son's shoes. There you go. Whoop. Fresh to from I don't want to share Coach Gilbert's number, baka magalit sa atin, pero hindi ko pala download yung photo, pero so, ayan.
This is size 13, right?
Size 13. LeBron 16. So for you LeBron James fans out there, yan Uy, may ganun po. Ooh. Starting bid at 500. Grabe. You can't 500 na ganito. You can't get 500 shoes.
Good condition.
Good condition. Yan, meron pa mga pictures. Wala masyadong And yeah. Can you see the picture?
I can see it. Yeah.
500. Playing shoes for you, LeBron James fan.
Low cut siya, high cut.
It's mid cut. Close up look.
So opening bid is 500, guys.
Yeah, opening bid is 500.
Size 13. This is used by the son of Coach Gilbert.
Yeah, very slightly used.
Slightly used.
Matangkad yung anak ni Coach Gilbert kaya baka naano agad.
His feet probably grew.
Yeah.
So
he's about 6'4", 6 now from Ateneo.
Wow.
So yeah, Okay. Teka, may nag-message sa akin. Wait. Oo nga. Okay. My niece monitoring kasi. Dapat daw may code yung item sa susunod. Item code na daw dapat. Mas organized yung pamangkin ko
Item A16.
Okay, 600 from Will.
600. This is a bid from YouTube.
Yes. Okay, 1 minute. Wilbert Lee. Ayan, nag-PM Wilbert Lee. Ayan. All right. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oop. Teddy, may nag-message yata. Hindi ko makita. May nag-message ba? I was just gonna close it. I can't see the chat. Ano eh. Teddy, may nag-message? Last?
Coach 800.
800. Ako, Ian. Ako. Umabot yun. 800 Ian.
Pasok yan, Coach.
Pasok yung 800, yeah.
Pasok, Coach. Pasok.
Okay. Tatanungin ko lang yung sa YouTube kung ano, ha? Let's give 10 seconds sa YouTube. 9, 8, 7. Coach Ado, hindi ka na naman pinayagan. Ni Maha.
Lay, it's size 13.
Size 13. Hindi na naman pinayagan ni Maha si Coach Ado na bumili ng shoes. Marami ka na daw masyadong shoes. Si Coach... Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to who won? Dr. D. Doc?
Ian Kevin Balete.
Okay.
Coach Ian Kevin Balete. 800.
Yeah, Ian Balete has been
Thanks.
religiously attending our so thank you to Coach Gilbert Lau. So
Coach, may certificate na yan.
Oo, ang daming inattendan yan. So
Virtual certificate na yan.
eto, meron to. For sure. Eto, board. Eto, live na lang ko papakita. Nandito na tong board. It's from me. It's
Ayan, board.
clipboard with it's dalawang board. Ayan. So it's brand new with the pen. You can see it. Kita ba? You're able to see it?
I can see it. Yeah.
So yan.
Right.
Spotlight.
Coach.
Ayan. Spotlight ko yan. Oop, dalawa to. So 100 starting bid. Dalawa. So
They can flip it around with another board. They can flip it around.
So dalawa to.
Nice.
Dalawa to.
Ayan.
So the top 2 bids. Para mabilis tayo. Top 2.
Top 2.
200 from
Christian,
Christian.
200.
250. So yan na.
Rose,
Top 2 yan.
250. Top 2 na yan.
Top 2 na yan. 300. 400.
300 and 400.
Okay.
450. So it's Alvin and Mark now. Top 2 bids for
Yes.
your boards. Those boards are brand new. It comes with a pen.
Ralph
And
Martin, is it 900 from YouTube? Ralph? Can you confirm?
what's nice about the board of Coach Ariel is you flip it around, you have another couple of diagrams that you can use. So Mark, it's 500. Alvin,
Wait,
450.
Yeah, but we have a bid for 900. Pero I've just confirmed it from Ralph Martin. I'm just confirming if this is for the board or for the shoes. Baka for the shoes eh.
Okay, so
Ralph, if you're if you can confirm.
so currently we have Mark and Alvin at 500 and 450.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Thank you. Really appreciate. Yes, there's 900. But we have to confirm, Katrina, if I think it's for the shoes. So teka, so hindi 900. 450 meron, so same at 450.
500.
Oh, meron din 450 from
500.
Gregorio Rebutilio. So
Okay, guys,
one of
whoever's
you,
450, we need a higher bid.
Alvin or Gregorio, you should bid higher.
Bidding increment, Coach, is 50, right? Okay, so it's
500
Alvin now and Mark at
Okay.
500 each.
Okay, okay. So 500 each. So YouTube 500 for now.
Coach, it's almost 9. Do we keep on going?
Just a few more items. But
All
we
right.
will be what we'll do is we'll post on uh, on Facebook for the other items. I know there's a couple more items that are coming, and then there's some good news. We have a webinar also on Wednesday, so we can have a bidding also after. But so I know it's getting a bit late. So teka, wait.
Are there more boards, Coach?
Yes, there's more boards, and there's more boards coming. Saka meron pa tayong boards, at saka yung the ones from Coach Jimmy and Coach Chot na commemorative table book.
Oh, okay. The one that Rick wrote,
yeah. And
co-wrote.
we still have the DVDs from Coach Vance. So
Are you bidding for that now?
Marami, 5 eh. So
It's individual. It's individual.
individual, kasi mahal naman kung ano. So.
Yeah. All right.
Pero sige, kung
Maybe
meron,
maybe one. Tapos next time another CD. Parang one CD for each.
Sige,
a DVD for each.
Sige. Pero the most, let's give out the most expensive one.
Sige.
Okay? So 500 going.
That's 500 and 500.
Yep. I think last 10 seconds for YouTube. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. So Mark, Jason, Anova,
and Alvin Bartolome.
Yeah, please.
Congrats, guys.
Yes, so whiteboard. Mark, Jason, and Alvin. Okay. So last 3 items. Doc, okay lang?
Okay, go for it, Coach. Anything
Okay.
for charity.
All right,
To help
go.
our frontliners.
Ito. Dribble drive. Mastering the dribble drive attack offense.
Are they all the same? Are all
No.
discs the same?
Same. Not the same.
So they're different aspects of the dribble drive.
Yep. But each naman discusses
Different
if you're-
aspect.
Yeah, if you get one, you'll also learn it. So starting bid 500. It's like 2,000 plus.
Yeah, right. I remember that you were during the Coach Vance's lectures here. It's like about that much.
So sabi nung dapat daw kasama with the drills DVD. 100 drills and sets. Sige. Let's so since 1,000 package. So dapat daw kasama. So it comes hand in hand daw. So kung may interested, 1,000 for both. So it'll be yours.
Coach, I'll bid for it.
1,000 for both?
Yeah, I'll bid. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Doc Teddy. Ganda to. And it's I'd like to thank Coach Vance for.
Yeah.
It's not signed. I didn't have it signed kasi.
When you bring Coach Vance back, he will sign it.
Yeah, he'll sign it for you. Okay, so Ayaw na yata ng mga coaches ng dribble drive. Okay. Oh, teka lang. Meron daw sa YouTube. Teka. Wala. False alarm daw. False alarm.
Kala niya sapatos.
Yeah. Items. Pakiano rin ang items plus bid. Tama nga naman. Para hindi malito kung ano yung binid. Okay? Doc Teddy, I'll give you 10 seconds. You had a great deal, huh?
Yeah. Well, if the coaches want it, I mean, this is to help the frontliners.
Thank you.
It's my contribution if I end up winning.
So, Coach
Coach
Benji,
Coach Emerito, do you have this set already? I'm curious.
I do.
Okay, thank you. That's why he knows that it should be sold together. So thank you for sharing that information with us.
All 5 of them. Wow, okay.
Wow.
Okay. Going, and it's gone. Okay. Congratulations.
I will pay via, thank you, Coach.
Dr. Eddie, via GCash.
GCash ako, babayan.
Okay. All right.
Sige.
All right. Sige, last item na ba tayo? Yeah. So it's getting late. Last two, okay.
Last two. Parang, di ba sa 3 items?
Yes. Sayang, wala pa yung board from Coach Olsen. Sa next ano na yan. Thank you. Okay.
How about is there still boards there?
Meron pa. Teka.
Maybe one of the last 2 can be a board again.
Okay. I'm just saan yung kay Coach John Jacinto board? Is this from Coach John or yeah, from Coach John. This one. Kagaya to no ano. Similar to Coach Jamike's, but it's slightly used. Yan.
Oh, it even comes with an eraser, I think. Is that an eraser on the top?
Lalagyanan ng pen. Ayan, it's back to back then.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So it's used. So starting bid at 300.
Game used, yeah.
Game used. Starting bid at 800.
800? 800?
No, 300, sorry.
No, sorry, 300. 300. Parang mysterious ng green container. Ano kayong laman nun?
Which one?
The green container, the top.
Coach John, can you answer it? Ay, wala yata si Coach John pa.
So,
sino pa?
Mystery. May mystery na to.
Tururu. Kumakain na yata yung iba natin. 500 from Wilbert Lee, one of my friend.
500.
500.
Current bid is 500.
So put it there. Put the name of Wilbert, please.
So Wilbert
Lee.
Wilbert
Lee.
Right. Via
via ano, chat. Ito nasa YouTube na rin. Nasa YouTube na rin.
Okay. Just for transparency.
Yes. Okay, give last 2 minutes. Ganda to. Ganda pa yan. And we will end with another book.
Coach Dean Smith.
Oo, yun ang next. Ano mo na. Prepare na kayo dyan. Coach's Life.
I have a story about my book.
That's the last, ha?
Naundoy siya eh. But, mine on a sale, and then when I went home and I opened it, it was signed by Dean Smith.
I'll be able to give the total mamaya, pero we've gone beyond 10,000 just for tonight. So really,
That's great.
really that's very good. I'd like to thank every coaches that bidded, and of course those who gave their items to help, all for a good cause. Okay, so we can proceed. Going, and it's gone. Okay, Wilbert Lee.
Congratulations, Wilbert.
Yeah. So I know you will give this to the coach of Brandon, your son Brandon. So our last item. Tapos na to. Yeah.
Kala ko may isang kopya pa.
No, ano na yan? Sold na yung kanina. Dean Smith, A Coach Life, 200. This is our last item for tonight. So although I will still post some more books and some more items that will be up for grabs. So, and then I'll put
250, Christian.
250, and then I'll put a reserve price. So let's just say that 500 is the maximum price. You say it's sold at 500. So, but you can bid minimum bid, but the reserve price, I'll put a reserve price so that we'll have we'll be able to ease up the bidding. So what's the bid? 250?
250 from Christian.
Christian,
This
thank
is
you.
a hardbound book, and it's a thick book. Lay bids 300. Coach, do you have other bids on YouTube? I can type it down.
Yeah, we're monitoring. Monitoring. Last 1 minute. Wala pa so far. Wala.
300, Coach.
300
Lay is the highest bidder so far. Yeah.
Bargain. And
That's a good
for charity,
price.
Dean Smith. Dean Smith
Dean Smith
The
is the coach of Michael
Jordan
in college.
in college. So that's
Michael
our
Jordan,
last
Jerry Stackhouse,
item. James Worthy.
James Worthy, Sam Perkins.
To the coaches who want to have their old boards or new boards or whatever to be given away, just let me know. PM me, and we'll have it. I think it's a great way to share. It's a great way to help charity and to help our frontliners. Okay, 10, 9, 8,
We have
7.
a couple more bids. Lay's highest at 400.
400. Okay, 400. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lay.
Again, could you play before we wrap it up, could you play the thank you part on our Thank you. Thank you so much again, coaches, for staying with us, and we'll stand by for announcement. We'll be having a webinar on Wednesday again, and we'll let you know who the coaches will be. It might be Rick Pitino, who already confirmed he's going to do a session with us. Coach Rick Pitino is just yes, Christian will no we will have bids on Facebook, and there's a reserve price. If you bid on the reserve price, it's yours already, but you can bid on the minimum price also. But on Wednesday, we're just gonna announce who the winners are. So thank you very much again, everyone, for staying with us. And Teddy, can you share our final? Thank you for our there. Again, after this, we'll end our session, and thank you so much again. There's no sound. Again, we'd like to thank our frontliners. We aim to provide the frontliners with hygiene kits they can use daily. It's on our Facebook. There's no sound, Doc Teddy. I think you have to unmute your mic. Go. Yeah.
Hashtag Bangon Pilipinas. Blackwater would like to support our heroes of the front line who are risking their health and well-being to attend to COVID-19 patients. We aim to provide the frontliners of the Pasig City General Hospital hygiene kits which they can use daily. Blackwater, smell good, feel good. This webinar series is brought to you by Hoop Coaches International in cooperation with Blackwater. Smell good, feel good. This coaching webinar series would like to give special thanks to the following: Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Coaches Commission Head, Coach Jong Chico. Basketball Coaches of the Philippines President, Coach Louis Gonzalez. Catskills Head, Coach Alan Ricardo, and frontliner Christopher Top Huyano.
Again, it was an unbelievable night, and thank you so much for joining us. And stay tuned to our for our further announcement on our Facebook page. And good night, stay safe. Doc Teddy, thank you so much. And to
Thanks,
Rick
Coach.
and to Coach Chot and Coach Jimmy, thanks so much. Good night, everyone, and have a wonderful time. And hopefully this COVID crisis will end soon. Thank you.